How's it going, YouTube? Jamie the Kid 00 here, coming to you guys with my sneak peek swag list for Cosmo Blazer, or as it should really be known, a bit of an anti-swag list, seeing as the pulls at this sneak peek were absolutely abysmal, so there wasn't really much stuff to trade in. But basically, for those of you who are new to my channel, the swag list segments are basically videos I do after every sneak peek, kind of going through and listing all the cool stuff that myself and Cupcake brought in fresh off the sneak peek to start off our new deck projects, or just getting the good stuff from the sneak peek. And otherwise, the benefit for you guys is you get to see cool shiny cards, and for me it gets me to remember what I actually got in the sneak peeks, because I go back and watch these videos from like ages ago. So I think I first started on Photon Shockwave. But either way, you guys should have already seen the booster box opening, and if you haven't, please check that out. Some of this stuff came from there, and some of my other trades were done by that. But either way, we're going to get straight into this. This pile is mine, this is Cupcake's, but mine contains quite a few rares, so don't think I got an amazing amount of stuff. But I'm going to go through Cupcake's trades and pulls and show you guys what she got in. She actually traded off a lot of her the stuff she pulled in for older stuff that wasn't from the set, so it's not surprising she doesn't have nearly as much as me, but she got in some pretty cool things nonetheless. She got in one Elfuria. She mainly got this in for the artwork, which is what 90% of people are doing. Its effect is quite nice, but I'm not a massive fan of the effect, and that was the only secret she brought in. She was interested in building Fire Fists, so she managed to get in one ulti bear. Literally, Fire Fists were so popular over the weekend. These were going for like 20 each. It was a crazy, crazy amount. So honestly, we weren't going to get that many of these in. We didn't get any Tiger Kings, sadly, because Tiger Kings were going for an amazing amount as well. So it's best to just let those settle down until the set is generally released. Then for supers, she got one of the Horse Princes and one of the Lion Emperors Fire Fists. I know these two aren't particularly amazing, but the fact that she's got them in now gives her the option to actually run them in her extra deck. Even though they're not going to be the major key pieces to the deck, they're still there, they're still in, they're still all sorted, and it's something she's not going to have to worry about when the set is generally released. Then for the non-extra deck stuff, she got in 2 dragon, which is a really good start to the deck, because you only need 1 more dragon and then 2 more bears, and she's got the entire main deck, because all the rest of it is common. And in my opinion, the deck isn't really going to be ready for major play until Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, because there are quite a few things missing from it, but okay. Then she got one of the bad cards, which was Swallow. I personally am not a big fan of Swallow, but it could get better. One Reaper, because this card, even though it got nerfed a bit, it's still pretty cool. She got in one Gaga Clerk, because the artwork is awesome. One Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Snake, because it's a Fire Fist. Snake is quite bad as well, but I mean, it's another Fire Fist that you can play until the rest of the stuff comes out. And then she got one Super Noble Arms Caliber, which she pulled at one of the sneak peeks. She traded off her Ultra ones for quite good trades actually. So that was her swag list. Now let's get on to mine, which is where kind of most of the cool stuff comes into it. So I got 4 secrets, and these are what they were. I got 1 Pyrorex. I managed to get this in at the end of the Sunday sneak peek, quite cheaply actually. Pyrorex I really quite like. Its effect, so its playability is questionable because there aren't that many amazing fire decks in the meta at the moment. But it's the fact that there will be eventually. Fire decks will come along. It's good in Fire Kings, it's good in Fire... I mean, it's not good in Fire Fist, but it's playable in Fire Fist. So the fact that I have it now means it's out of the way, I've got it sorted, and it's something that I don't have to worry about getting in when the set is generally released. And I really like the Elemental Lords anyway, so why wouldn't I get it in? Then from my sneak peek box, I pulled 1 Bonfire Colossus. This was sad, because I was after an Abyss lead, and this wasn't an Abyss lead. This was the worst thing it could have been. But, I mean, I guess I could test it out for trolls in Fire Kings. When I build Fire Kings, I could test it out for the lulz in there. But, personally, I was a bit upset about that. But, hey, it's a secret rare, and it's something that I can probably trade off to someone who wants it towards better stuff. So, I'm not complaining, I guess. Then I managed to trade in 2 Noble Knight Medrawt, because at the moment this was announced on the Konami blog, I was like, wow, that looks really cool. The deck itself, after testing on Dueling Network, isn't that consistent. It makes some amazing power plays, but then at other times it kind of runs out of oomph and just dies, because it just runs out of things it can do. But I figure I'm going to give the deck a test, and I really like the artwork, so I mean, even if I just get the stuff in for collection, I'm really glad to have just gotten these two in from the sneak, and I know a friend of mine has a third that I will likely be able to get, so really hoping to get that in. Those are the secrets that I pulled, well, sorry, that I traded in. I only pulled this, sadly, but really happy with these. Definitely 3 secrets that I wanted, and 1 that I can trade on, so if you want Bonfire, let me know. That is the secrets. On to the Ultras and Ultis. So, talking about Noble Knights, I managed to get in 2 Artorigus, King of the Noble Knights. I think this card is really cool. If you haven't seen its effect, look it up on the Konami blog or the Wikia. This card is so crazy, the amount of different things it can do. So, the only problem with it is it has 2k attack, but with the amount of attack boost it can get off of different Noble Arms, oh, you don't have to worry about that. And I mainly got it in because there are so many new... Well, apparently there are way more Noble Knight cards coming out in Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. So... And besides, I managed to pull these, so I'm just glad I pulled them. They were good Ultras. I mean, maybe it would have been nice if this was like a Tiger King, or this was a Tiger King, but I'm not complaining, I guess. So, 2 Artorigus. Then I got in 2 Zexal Weapon Leo Arms. I pulled this and I traded for this on the Saturday, and I pulled this on the Sunday. Leo Arms is interesting. I saw Lithium test a Zexal Weapon deck, and when I saw it I was like, I'm going to build that for fun. So I traded this in thinking I wasn't going to pull one, and then I did pull one, which was sad, because personally I think the card is worth, money-wise it's absolute trash. But it's interesting. It's a 3k 5, rank 5, so it's a big 3k beater, and it can do some crazy things in with Utopia, and we were definitely toying around with the idea of playing it in wind-ups for the lulz, so that would definitely be interesting. But otherwise, I really wish like this had been a Tiger King, or just something that was better than Leo Arms, but ah well. Continuing on, for the last Ultra, I got in a Lightning Chidori, because this card is going to be amazing. It's quite good this set, because there are certain wind decks that can use it, like my Heraldic Beasts can use it, and there are other decks that can use it, but nothing top tier. But next set, this card is definitely going to come into its own, so in my opinion, get these in while they're hot, because, well, get them in while you can get them cheap, because next set, they're definitely going to be expensive, but at least, I mean, that's my read. I might be wrong, but I definitely think they're going to shoot up in price. Then on to the supers. I managed to get in 2 Mermail Abyss Trites. I feel this card is a staple for the deck, especially if you're playing the Bahamut Shark build, because you can go Bahamut Shark this, and get free Mermails at the grave, and get free Lins out of the grave. So I really like this card. It has a 28 wall. I mean, you never actually exceeds for it. You'd almost always Bahamut Shark it, but you can do really fun stuff with this. And I'm currently playing one in my Mermail variant, and I played it this week. I tested it this Sunday against a friend, and oh, it was so good, so good. For the other supers, I got in 1 Reaper and 1 Fool. I am still playing Prophecy, but I've kind of let it take a back seat, so I'm not that much in a rush to get these. I mean, if people have got Spellbooks and the Master, I'm interested in those, but not any particular rush after these 2 got a bit nerfed, but well, the wording changes. Then I got in I pulled 2 of the really ass Fire Fist supers. So if anyone wants those, they're welcome to them, but I personally don't rate them very high. And then I managed to trade off of Cupcakey 2 Mermail Abyss Dines, because I really want to build, just for the fun of it, a Mermail exclusive deck, like with no Atlanteans, just to see if it's actually viable. So just change the slant of the deck and do some really fun things with that. So I got into Abyss Dines because I think they're really awesome. And I actually have a Mermail Atlantean build in mind which plays 2 of these. So I'm definitely going to test that out and report back to you guys on how that goes, because I think this is actually an incredibly potent card, so I think it's definitely worth you checking out. But yeah, that was all the supers I got. Again, I didn't pour that many resources into this set. I definitely haven't brought in as much as I would have from older sets in their sneak peeks, but I'm kind of working on a budget. I don't want to spend too much money, so that explains my lack of stuff. And then, as far as the sneak peek promo went, I ended up having 10 Noble Arms Caliburn at the end of it, so I personally only need 3, so if you guys want 7 Noble Arms Caliburn, you are entirely welcome to take them off my hands. So let's get all those put away. Then otherwise, just notable rares that I wanted to talk about from the set. I picked up 2 Slacker Magician because this is, in my opinion, probably the best rare Xyz in the set. This is so good. I'm so glad this was released, and I'm kind of glad it was released as a rare because it's really easy to get. It's really good in Frog Monarchs, which of course you guys know I like playing. So I'm definitely looking forward to testing that out in there, and it's just such a it's a pretty card. It's a pretty card. I should also point out that Cupcake was going around hoovering up the short print Star Drawing, and she managed to get in 4, so she was pretty happy with that. Star Drawing is a really good card. You should definitely check that out. Then otherwise, I got in. Well, I pulled 5 Hazy Flame Basilitrace. I wish this card was generic. Just the fact that you could, if it was generic, Xyz for level 6, drop this and immediately banish a guy from your opponent's field. But it's not. But I've put together Hazy Flames on the cheap because they're all commons and rares, and I have the whole deck in commons and rares now. So it's I'm going to test it. I'm going to test it for the fun of it, see if the deck is actually half decent. But I just wish this was generic because this is a really good Xyz. It's really good for that archetype. And then otherwise, I got 3 Infernal Flame Vixen. I don't rate this card very highly, but it's just the fact that it is a Pyro that can boost itself to 27. It's 2 level 4s, well, 2 Pyro level 4s, and it can boost itself to 2/7 by detaching a material for a turn. So it's quite good in that respect. So that was those rares. And then otherwise, something you guys will probably be seeing a deck profile of Tuesday after my exam. Well, after my assignments are all done, is Heraldics, because I managed to trade in. Well, I was pretty much given all the stuff I'm going to need for my Heraldics. So 3 Leos, 3 Basilisks. I had my 3 Abercromways. I've got my 3 Unicorns. Got my Twin-Headed Eagle. Got my 3 Heraldry Reborns, Heraldry Arts, and my 3 Heraldry Changes. And I've got the Xyzs on my binder. So that deck will definitely be on the way, along with Hazy Flame, once I've come up with a good build of that. And I'll definitely be doing Noble Knights probably about Wednesday, Thursday, once I've got my last Medraw in. But otherwise, guys, that has been everything I've brought in from this sneak peek. It's been a pretty cool weekend. I definitely wish that like Abyss Lead had been pulled, and no one at our sneak pulled Direwolf out of 4 kits and 2 sneak peeks. No one pulled Direwolf and no one pulled Abyss Lead. So that was kind of disappointing. But otherwise, I think I got in the cream of the crop. I got in the good stuff. But otherwise, yeah. I'll see you guys soon with some more content as soon as I have the cards to provide it, and as soon as I have the free time. Otherwise, this has been Jamie the Kid 00, and I'll see you pretty soon. Bye.